In this episode, we're going to look at Google Sitekit. What Google Sitekit is a plugin that can help you track the traffic from Google or social media such as Facebook and Instagram to your site. There's quite a few steps to set it up, but it's very straightforward. It's just click and follow. It used to be a lot more complicated. You had to find API codes and complicated things like that. But Google has now automated the whole process, which makes things super easy. So when you get into your dashboard, head over to Sitekit on the side, click Sign in with Google. So now we're going to verify that we actually own the site to Google. So we need to have a Google account to do that. So here you can either log into an existing account or click use another account to create one yourself or to sign in with an account that doesn't appear here. I've created a dummy Gmail account, so we're just going to choose this one here for the sake of the installation. And we're signed in. Skip that. And for most of the cases, you're just going to click allow and just follow the process through the funnels. Proceed. Allow. Add site. And that's Search Console set up. So click Go to my dashboard. And here you can log in to quite a few Google services. For now, we're going to leave AdSense, but you can always add that in later. That's for paid advertisement. So we're going to now do Google Analytics. So click Connect Service. Again, we're going to choose our dummy account. Allow. And it'll just run through the process. So we need to select our website. So because it's not there, we need to set up a new account. And you can see here it automatically fills in all the data for us, which is pretty good. Create account. Again, choose your account. Allow. And it's doing the final run through. And here we just need to accept Google's terms and services. So you click that box, click accept, and that's analytics installed. So let's go to my dashboard. And finally, we want to install PageSpeed Insights. And it's really that easy. You just click the button and it's connected. So that's Google Sitekit all installed. Now it will take a few weeks to kind of run through all your data and see how we're appearing on search engines. Because we haven't actually built any pages yet, this data will be very insignificant. But once we start adding pages and optimizing it for SEO, this data will start increasing. I've recently built a site for a client and installed Sitekit. So I'm going to show you their stats so you can see how it looks on the overview. I'm going to crop out all their personal information for their own privacy, but the site's only been live a few weeks, so the search results are quite low. But it will give you an idea of how it operates and where to look for your stats. So I'm in the site's backend now. And we're just going to go through each section individually. And as you can see here, we're at the site overview. Now, I only installed Sitekit yesterday on the site, so there's no data before it. And it shows here how many users we've had visit the site and whether they were from an organic search, so whether they came through Google, or whether they were from a direct search, as in they know what the link is. You can also change their location, see where they're located, and as you can see, these guys are all based in the UK. And you can see what device they came in through by, which was a desktop in this case. Heading down, you've got your search funnels. So your impressions are how often the site is appearing in search results. So this is actually up 11.8%. And the clicks are how many people saw that link and clicked through. And unique visitors are how many visitors visited the site. And here you can see a bit more of their information on what links were most popular, and also which one generated the most search results. So as you can see here, the ambassador one is quite a good one for them. CBD soap is their top one at 4. And you can also search the page speed for that web for a specific page. So overall, the website, if you look at the stats, it's doing okay. It could probably do with a bit of improvement. Now I've just jumped into their search console. So again, we can see the total clicks, the impressions, the average click-through rate, and our average position. What you really want to focus on is obviously you've got the total clicks and the total impressions. Now, the number you really want to focus on is your average click-through rate. How often do people see your search result on Google? So that's your impressions. And how often when they see it, do they click it? And that's how you get your average click-through rate. So if your average click-through rate is low, consider looking at your SEO title and see how improving that can make it more appealing to customers. However, this program's only been running for less than 24 hours. So, you have to let it run for a few weeks or even a couple of months to get enough data to really kind of get a clear image of how your website is performing. Again, we have the keywords that are doing well. And then we're going to head over to analytics. Analytics show the users and how long they spend on your site. So the longer they spend on your site, the better, obviously. And as you scroll down, you can see your user's bounce rate. So a bounce rate is very important. So a bounce rate is when a user lands on your page, do they then continue and explore the rest of your site, or do they bounce and head back to Google? And if your bounce rate is high, that means that the content that that means when Google has offered up your content in response to a user's question, that wasn't probably the best fit. So if your bounce rate is high, Google is going to make the assumption that your content doesn't really solve its users' problems. So it will end up downranking you. So you always want to improve your bounce rate. And that can be by making your content more interesting, or at the top of your page offering a discount, or even a button to click to head them further into your site. The more you can direct the user into the site, the more confident Google will feel that your site is the right answers to its customers' questions. And again, you can see whether they came direct or organically. And that's pretty much SiteKit. You can spend a lot of time playing around with it, but what I recommend is just installing it, let it run for a few months, then come back, and you've got a lot of data then to work through and see how you can really tweak and improve your SEOs and ultimately drive customers to your site. In our next episode, we're going to be looking at page builders and how to start laying out your content.